Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2014 comedy film, controversial comedy film, The Interview, starring James Franco, Seth Rogen, Lacey Chabert is in this. Not Lacey Chabert, Lizzie Kaplan. I'm getting my Mean Girls confused. Ugh, I feel like an idiot. Um, Randall Park plays Kim Jong Un, the dictator Kim Jong Un in this film. Who else? Slew of other people were in this. So this is no one talked about this film until the trailer came out. And when the trailer came out, I remember specifically, um, it caused worldwide stir because this film is political satire, right? But it's controversial because there's issues with different nations, right? So the United States has issues with everyone, but the North Korean government always tries to inflict, conflict with others because they're looked down upon and, things. There's been conflicts before the Korean War, and then with the Korean War separated the two nations, North Korea, South Korea. South Korea has revolutionized media, as far as I'm concerned, as well as a lot of technology, and BTS is from South Korea. So they've just destroyed pop culture in the good sense. And have done incredible things. But then North Korea has been very isolated, and it's a dictatorship, and it's a propaganda dictatorship. So the people are lied to within propaganda. That's how propaganda is. Having this creative team, Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen, write and direct this film, it was very interesting finding out that they were going to write and direct something like this. But the plot is very controversial because this is a sitting leader of an actual country. It's not like we're doing another movie about Hitler or another movie about Stalin, from back in World War II. This is a sitting president of a country. And the premise of the plot of this film was that Dave Skylark, played by Seth Rogen, played by James Franco, and his producer friend, played by Seth Rogen, landed an interview because Dave Skylark is this, revered journalist for pop culture. He has this very successful show worldwide. Kim Jong Un is in the show, in this movie. Kim Jong Un is a fan of the show. They land an interview with Kim Jong Un, who agrees to show the nation how great North Korea is, right, through propaganda and lies. There's honeypotting throughout the entire thing, very entertaining. They all talk about it, but once the trailer dropped for this film, all hell broke loose across the globe, and especially within a nuclear threat, because this is a sitting president. So what if the tables were turned? What if North Koreans made a movie about the assassination of President Barack Obama at that time? Barack Obama was president at that time. It would have been controversial. Or if the tables were turned and we did some other leader of some other country. It's scandalous and it's controversial because it's a sitting leader of a country. It's not about a dead person who doesn't exist anymore, right? So if you do another movie about Hitler, just another movie about Hitler, it's historical fiction. But this is fiction because it doesn't happen, but like it's controversial because of the plot points to it. So watching this film after the scandal of it, it got pulled from the theaters. Theaters weren't playing it. Netflix immediately got the rights to it. They streamed it like the day it was supposed to come out. Like, I remember it was massive. Like, everyone talked about this for a long time. And I only watched it when it came out, and then I haven't seen it again until right now. So here we are 7, 8 years later. This movie still holds up. It's very scandalous, but it's very well done. It's very smart. I didn't realize the nuance of how do you defeat someone? You show their weaknesses. That was really cool. I didn't pick up on that back then, but now that I see it, I see it. And then there's the actual explosion of a helicopter with Kim in it, at the end of the film. And then there's a kind of flash forward of, the female general who Seth Rogen had a fling with, is now announcing that democratic elections are to be held in North Korea, starting a revolution, a change. So it shows hope for a country, but this is a fictitious movie. This isn't real life, and he's still the leader of this country. All these years later, it's just very interesting watching it because of how much controversy surrounded the distribution of it, not the making, No one knew this movie was even being made until the trailer dropped, to be completely honest. No one knew it existed. No one, I mean, yeah, everyone knew there was a new Seth Rogen, James Franco comedy coming out, but no one knew. No one knew. No one cared. And then when the trailer dropped and then the entire world was ablaze within the United Nations, everyone was freaking the freak out. What's going to happen in regards to the distribution and showing of this film? So I gotta say, I gotta give credit where credit is due. This broke some boundaries because this was not just a political stunt. It wasn't just a means of making a film for entertainment. It's straight political satire, and it begs the question, should you make a film with a sitting leader of a country in regards to the plot point of their assassination? I don't think you should. But this is a definite conversation starter. This is a definite conversation starter. For better or worse, this is a definite conversation starter. And I am still impressed with how well made the movie was. Yeah, I hope we never have anything like this ever again. I hope this is a one and done kind of situation. But yeah, this was very, and it's funny thinking that 2014, how scandalous this film was in 2014, and then what happened 2 years later after Barack Obama's presidency was over. There was a clown in the White House for 4 years and destroyed everyone's hope in this country. Worldwide, everyone's hope in this country. So it's very funny how the anti-viewing of America from a North Korean standpoint in this film, and then shown how much stupidity this country actually involves. Very interesting. Very interesting how 2 years later and all things changed anyway. I think that's the good point about this film, is that the more you think about it, the more you talk about it, and then the more you see what history has happened since 2014. 2016, our main man Harambe was shot and killed because of a mom's idiocy and not watching her son. And then what happened? Months later, a clown was brought into the White House. It's a horrid thing. It did show the true colors, the true racist and bigoted colors of this country. I'm glad that all of that lunacy had happened, because it did show us the true colors of this country, the true nature of the country that needs to be changed. And that's the point. It's not a matter of, you don't like the country, leave. It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of, we see the stupidity that is this country. We want to change it. We all live here. We want to change it for the better. We want to change it for the future generation to not have to laugh in the nihilistic aspect that they are being brought up into. Yeah, so, man, the interview just brings out the political commentary in everyone. Go watch it. If you haven't seen it in a while, go watch it, because it still withholds, and it still withstands, and it's important. It's an important conversation starter. For better or worse, it's an important conversation starter. That's all I got. Mucho mahalo.